All right, we should be live. Should be up and rolling here. How's everybody doing? Just gonna wait a couple seconds, check and make sure everything's working already. And I think we're all good. I think we're rolling. I believe so. All right. Well, we can jump into game here. We last left off, if you guys tuned in yesterday and the day before, this is day 3 of our Diamondbacks rebuild. Not rebuild, but championship, I guess, push. We last left off with the Dodgers winning the 2021 World Series. How boring, I know. How terrible. But, yeah. We didn't make playoffs, which was really frustrating because I feel like we put together a pretty good roster. Arenado and Chris Bryant and etc. Sorry about that. I don't know if you guys could hear that phone. Hopefully that doesn't go off right next to the microphone again. Everybody performed pretty well, I thought. Not default, I want batting stats. Yeah, I thought the team did pretty well, but I guess we just weren't good enough, unfortunately. Arenado wasn't as good after coming over from Colorado. Hopefully we'll get a turnaround from him. Chris Bryant was actually just bad. He was playing third base most of the year, but I switched him back to right field because he's better in right field because that's where I played him last year when I acquired him. But yeah, I mean, he just wasn't nearly as good as he needed to be. So he's a free agent after this year, so he's gone. He will not be returning, and we'll need to, I guess, just do better. We'll have Ian Kennedy back. No, I only sent him to a 1 year, so he's gone. He signed, got hurt, and never played. So he got hurt in spring training. But re-signed Archie Bradley. I'm trying to remember what we did before we left. We re-signed Archie Bradley because I really wanted to keep him around. I really want him to be a part of our championship run here. And honestly, he had a really good year. He should be in the running for reliever of the year. 11.3 Ks per 9, 2.11 ERA, 2.15 ERA, and 34 saves. So a really good year for Bradley, or at least a really good year in comparison to the year before, in which he just wasn't that good. Only 46 innings. I want him to pitch more than that, but it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, we'll move on to the offseason, though. I don't want to waste too much time recapping for the people who were here yesterday. So, moving on to the offseason. 395, not a very good score. Yeah, honestly, I was kind of hoping for better as well. 80 and 82 is not really where I wanted to be with this roster, but it is what it is. Brendan McKay's on the trade block? Wow, he had an awful year, but boy, he is really good in a lot of saves in this game. This save in particular has been very weird. Hey, Connor, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, this save in particular has been really odd. Just a lot of really weird stuff going on. So let's look who's ARB eligible. Merrill Kelly. 5.2 for Merrill Kelly. I mean, he was okay this year. How dare you? How dare you whip in my face like that? That's rude. That is unbelievably rude. Pitched 119 innings for us this past year. $2.5 million is just not a lot of money. So, or it's $5 million. It's $5 million, not 2.5, 5.2. That's my semi-dyslexia coming into play. I don't think I have dyslexia, but looks like Arenado decided to not opt out, which is super good. That was the only thing that could have gone wrong with this offseason, is that Arenado could have opted out, and that would have been a really big problem because we traded a ton for him. So, no, he decided to opt back in. He's coming back to Arizona for the next 4 years, I believe. Yeah, next 5 years. Next 5 years, with Colorado retaining like 12 and a half of that every year, which is super good. Definitely not going to complain about that. I don't know. I'm probably not going to bring him back. I won't bring. I mean, I can see what he wants in free agency, but I'll void the 5.5 because it's just not really worth it. Yeah, I didn't want Jake Lamb. Who signed Jake Lamb? He actually went to play in AAA for St. Louis. He didn't play in the majors at all this year. He actually only played 29 games in AAA even, so must have been hurt for most of the year, but yeah, he was gone. New budget. Okay. It is what it is. Ian Kennedy's retiring, so all right. I guess the injury was a little more serious than he just didn't want to come back from it. Justin Donatella is retiring. He sometimes turned out pretty well in last year's Out of the Park. I don't know if he's different this year, but some personnel is leaving. I was going to redo the whole personnel list as well. So top prospects list, I'll check again. Gautier Rodriguez is #1 for Chicago, which OSA loves him, but my scout does not. And then arbitration begins. So first thing we're going to do is check out arbitration. We're going to get personnel once the season gets closer to starting. Or submit the qualifying offer on Chris Bryant. Yeah, so we're going to let most of these guys go. Guerra and Kelly are gone. Kopech is definitely staying. He had a really good year, and we got him. I mean, what a steal to be able to get him last year. That was really, really lucky that Chicago was stupid enough to trade him for Kevin Cron. We also got Cuthbert, but I believe he got claimed. I don't remember. $850 for Frambler Valdez is really good as well. So let's do that. Woodruff for 3.3. Yep. Required him at the deadline. Definitely want to keep him. I'm still not really sure where I'm really thinking of going all in yet. I was thinking about it a lot last night. Bracho for 900 is super cheap. I was thinking about it a lot last night as to, like, I have some money. What do I want to do with it? To really put this team over the top as, like, a playoff team. And I'm thinking maybe upgrading at second base. Having Josh Rojas maybe just be more of a utility guy. And maybe getting a platoon bat for Peralta. Which is what he had towards the second half of last year. Weaver for $850. That's so cheap. He just has not turned out in the save, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. $5 million, obviously. I'm actually not game strategy. I am gonna look to maybe extend Kelly for long sometime soon, maybe this year. I don't know. Definitely someone I want to keep around. Walker for $1 million is really good value, I'd say. Joey Wendell for $1 million is really good value. It's just a utility infielder. And then Austin Slater for 1.1 is not bad either. He's not interested, so he'll just get arbitration. Definitely qualifying Chris Bryant. Hopefully we'll get a compensation pick for him. Somebody will sign him. He just wasn't very good last year, so I'm hoping somebody signs him, expecting him for the turnaround. Colomb and Tyler Flowers are both free agents. What does Flowers want? He wants 1.5. I could find him, but better. Actually, I think I could find him, but cheaper on the open market, and his value will probably drop. So, other than that, minor league free agents that I'd want to keep. Leyba is interesting. If he's willing to stick it around, he was terrible in AAA last year. He was terrible in the majors too. And then LeCastro, is a good utility piece, but I'm gonna let him walk, I think. So this is what we're going to do for ARB. So we'll just sim up until the awards get announced. Here, I'll just delete these. Go to news. I don't like voting for the awards, by the way. So what's the positive motivation, Connor? If my players will do better with positive motivation, what's my positive motivation? How can I... since I know you are a master motivator yourself. Okay. Oh, interesting. All right. So we're going spicy. A little kiss on the cheek. I don't know. That might be a little too motivating, if you know. Solaire's going to be a free agent. I could have had him at the trade deadline last year, but wasn't super interested. He didn't play well when he came over to St. Louis. Who's going to be available? I was really... interested in that second base upgrade. Actually, no, I was interested in the center field upgrade because I could always move Ketel Marte back to second, which is honestly more ideal, I'd say. So like a really good defensive center fielder, maybe. I think that's kind of what I'm looking for, most ideally at least. All right, so let's go ahead and sim up until the awards. I have player on the IL, Alec Thomas. Yeah, he can come back up. Alec Thomas played really well. He's just not... I don't know if he's a starter. He's a good bench player, but he was pretty good last season. He fell off. He was really good when he first got called up, but he fell off a little bit after a few months. All right, all of them got extended. Excelente. Everyone's back. I think everyone's back, except for Slater. Yep. Excellent. So let's just keep going. Gold Glove was announced. Do we have any winners? Let's go to news so I can show it for everyone, just in case anyone's interested. National League, we do actually have one. National League Gold Glove winners are Vince Velasquez, Austin Hedges, Eric Hosmer, Luis Guillorme, Nolan Arenado, Javier Baez, David Peralta, Harrison Bader, and Ronald Acuna. We actually have 2 Golden Glovers. We have Nolan Arenado, which is not a shock. I mean, the guy is a monster at third base. And then David Peralta, his 3rd straight. Well, no, he didn't win it in... oh, he did win it in 2019. Golden Gloves is the boxing. Yeah, there is a boxing thing for Golden Gloves, but the Gold Glove Award is for the best defensive player at each position in baseball. I understand the confusion, Connor. I can see why that would be a problem in your head. But it's good to have 2. In the American League, for anyone who cares, it was AJ Puck, Yasmani Grandal, Travis Shaw, Colton Wong, who's in Detroit, Matt Chapman, Andrelton Simmons, Jake Fraley, Byron Buxton, and Mookie Betts, who is on the Yankees, which is unbelievable. They didn't even make playoffs. Unbelievable. All right. Reliever of the Year is tomorrow. AL Reliever of the Year is Matt Barnes with Tyler Johnson, Jose Alvarado, James Sherfy. I can't believe it. Sherfy. Wait, James Sherfy? Did they change his name? It's Jimmy, right? His name's Jimmy Sherfy? Was it always James in this game? Have I just been calling him Jimmy the whole time? We traded him last year at the deadline. No, he got claimed off of waivers from us, and he became the closer for the Astros this year. So that's pretty Astros. And then Keone Kela, reliever of the year in the National League. Archie Bradley does get votes, so that's a positive. Tomorrow is the Silver Slugger Awards. American League, it's Yasmani Grandal, Miguel Sano, Luis Ariz, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Gleyber Torres, and Andrew Benintendi, Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, and then Aaron Judge as the DH, who I guess got moved to DH because they signed Mookie Betts. What is their lineup? Do they still have Stanton? I assume they still have Stanton. I can just look at the Yankees, right? Like, what is their lineup looking like? Stanton's in left, and they put Judge at DH. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Silver Sluggers in the National League are none of our guys. Actually, one of our guys, but as a after we traded him, that's such a that's a slap in the face. Herman Marquez at pitcher, Dalton Varsho at catcher, Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Albies, Justin Turner, Corey Seager, Juan Soto, Victor Robles, and Cody Bellinger, who had 9 WAR. Holy shit, 10 WAR for Juan Soto. Wow. These guys turn into beasts in the save, don't they? Dalton Varsho. Traded him at the deadline for Nolan Arenado. Goes on to play really well in Colorado. And get the Silver Slugger. He's just not... I don't really regret trading him, obviously, because we got Arenado. But even so, like, I wouldn't start him, even though his hitting ratings are excellent. I don't even think I would start him over Carson Kelly. Any geeks or gamers in the chat that want to donate some clay to my boy in Animal Crossing? Yeah, that's frustrating. It's a little frustrating, but I'll take Carson Kelly's defense at catcher. And then Tyler Flowers obviously is the backup. I just think catcher ability is so important in OTP, or at least it has been. At least for wins. Rookie of the Year. Kalenic gets it in the American League. Jared Kalenic. Any interesting players here? Isaac Paredes. Jake Fraley, obviously. Wander Franco. He must have not played a lot. Oh, no, he did. He just didn't have a lot of WAR. If he turns out, that's going to be incredible. And then Taylor Walls. Seth Beer actually getting more first place votes, but he doesn't win it. That sucks. We almost had a Rookie of the Year. He had a great year. Definitely wasn't a bad year at all. He did platoon with Christian Walker, so that probably had a lot to do with why he didn't win it, is he only started 115 games, but still 3 wars, nothing to sniff at. Taylor Walls, 4.1 WAR. He's just that good defensively? Holy crap, because he didn't even hit that well. Wow. Interesting. I would have taken Seth Beer. I think he was the best rookie this year. Dylan Carlson, how is he eligible? He just didn't play at all in 2020. That's why. He didn't play at all in the majors in 2020. It's 7.6 WAR in AAA in 2020, and he didn't get called up. Oh, St. Louis. Interesting decision. Very interesting. Tomorrow's Manager of the Year, which we're not going to win. It goes to Ron Renicky in Boston. And then Dave Roberts again for like the second year in a row. Yep. Won it in 2016 as well, but yep, second year in a row. Cy Youngs. Blake Snell wins it in the American League with a lot of Tampa Bay Rays getting Michael Wacha getting votes. Anthony Banda frustratingly getting votes. But Michael Wacha getting 3rd place. Good for him. Having a really good year. 3.3 WAR for LA. But Blake Snell, holy crap, 2.2 ERA in 216 innings. Jesus. Led the league in strikeouts, whip, and home runs per 9. Yeah, I mean, and wins. And games started. 8.2 WAR. Wow, what a beast of a year. I mean, this is about as good of a year as you're going to get in and out of the park. To be fair, his ratings are about as good as they're going to get in out of the park. So, and then the National League gets won by Syndergaard. Michael Kopech actually getting votes. So that's cool. Good to see him actually getting in there. Hopefully he can maintain that. But Syndergaard, Walker Buehler, Tyler Anderson having a really good season. Let's look at Syndergaard's year. What's the Cy Young year look like? Again, leads the National League in wins, ERA. Not quite as good, but still a really good year. And then MVP. I don't think we'll have anybody in the running. Maybe Arenado will be in there, but I don't know. Vlad Guerrero Jr. wins American League MVP in 2021. Definitely an interesting one there. He actually got all 30 first place votes. What was his year like? Holy crap, he had a year and a half. 346, 57 homers. Wow, and he's 22 years old. Holy crap, what a monster. That's incredible. What a year for Vlad. And then in the National League, yeah, no, we didn't have anybody with any votes. Arenado didn't quite make the list, but Bellinger with 23 and then Soto with the others, but Bellinger with a hell of a year. Holy crap. Dude, the hitters in this game are unbelievable. Look at these ratings. What? Holy shit. I mean, he is just the best player in the game, right? 80 contact, 80 power, 80 eye, 70 avoid Ks, 65 gap. He's just the best player in the game, right? 65 in right field. He's a good defender, too. 80 stealing, 50 speed. He's just, oh my god, I've never seen a player like that. I mean, I've seen players like this, but not this early. Not real players. I've never seen real players turn out like this. Even like Mike Trout. Yeah, even Mike Trout I don't think is that good. I mean, he's great. Obviously, this is great, but like he's not as good as Bellinger is in this game. Holy shit. Where's Soto's ratings? Still good, but I mean, like, Bellinger's on another level. Wow. Interesting. All right. Now we can go ahead and simulate to our salary arbitration hearings. Let's get this offseason on the road. Bryant files for free agency. That means he is a compensated free agent. I didn't expect him to take it. Obviously, he wanted like $20 million. Slater ruled in favor of the team, so that's good. And then free agents file tomorrow. So let's see who's a free agent. Some internets. We'll see if any of them are good. Yan Gomes, Syndergaard, after winning the Cy Young, becomes a free agent. He wants 41 million a year. I mean, that's realistic. And he would probably get it too. Schwarber, John Gray, Soler, Verlander, Scherzer, Story, Conforto. Conforto is interesting. He's definitely something that jumps out to me. We'll have to see. He wants 12 and a half. That's not that much. Let's check out the internet, see if any of these guys are worth it. This guy doesn't seem too bad as a pitcher. Is he a starter? Yeah. Any beasts? Any, like, really good players? Doesn't look like it this year. Nope. This looks like some, maybe some average MLB contributors. Wow, Soler wants 25 mil. Holy crap. People are actually bidding on Bryant, so good for him. Means I'll get a first-round pick for him. Let's look at... So what are we looking at? Let's check our roster and see what we're looking at for next season. So clear pitching staff. This is who's on roster. Anybody here that should be up for the start of next year? Probably not. Christian Robinson will be up soon, but he'll start the year in AAA. So we're set at starter, I think. Because we have Kopech, we have Zach Gallen, Madison Bumgarner, Brandon Woodruff, and John Duplantier, which I feel really comfortable with. And then someone like Conine can run that, like, long reliever role. And if he starts to pitch well, he can make his way into the rotation as well. And Luke Weaver. We still have Luke Weaver on roster as well, who I think will be turning into a reliever soon. Archie's our closer, with Liam Hendricks as our setup, and Richard Rodriguez as our other setup. Bracho's fine. So we could use some bullpen pieces on cheap, which obviously always. And then here, we could use a starting right fielder. Unless we want to put Walker there. Could Walker play it? Yeah, he could play it. Not well, but he could play it. We kept Slater, so we could always put Slater there. But I like Slater as a platoon option for Peralta. So maybe a right fielder. So I'm gonna get a notepad up here. So Kelly, and we need a backup. Beer and Walker can still platoon. Second base, I'd like it to be Marte, so that we can upgrade across the map. Ahmed can stay at short. And then we have Wendell as our utility backup there. Peralta, Slater, and left. Center field, we have Thomas as a backup, but I'd like a starting center fielder, and then maybe a starting right fielder as well. And then a couple bullpen pieces. We have 30 million, so we have the money for some stuff here. So if we want a really good defensive center fielder... what did I change here? Yeah, that's fine. So this is center field. Billy Hamilton's there. Zach Granite, Hahnemann, Pilar. I don't hate Pilar. We could bring Pilar back. Cubed isn't in chat, but... bring Pilar back for 7 mil. That would be funny. I don't even hate the idea. I don't really hate it at all, actually. Inciarte, we could always bring Inciarte back. It's another lefty. He's getting up there in age, but I like his ratings. His contact and his avoid Ks is good. He's a spray hitter. He's got high work ethic. He's a fan favorite. Only 10.5. It's more expensive than Pilar, who might be just as good, so. But then there's someone like Michael Lorenzen, who kind of checks a couple boxes off. Didn't really play a lot this year. Did he hit at all this year? Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been playing hardly at all, so at least in the majors. Or even in AAA, he must have been hurt. That's why he's coming out. That's why he wants no money. Conforto is also an option. Although I like my other options better just because they're better defensively. I really like the Ender Inciarte option. Well, welcome. welcome. I hope I can teach you something here today. Defense, I guess, is what I'm trying to teach right now. Is you can have the best team in the world, and if they can't play defense, you're probably an easy out in the playoffs. Is from what I found playing this game so far. That's why I'm looking at NCRT. I actually think he's a good one to look at there. Backup catcher I could get for really cheap, I think. Who's a really good defense? I mean, let's just look at defensive ratings here. Let's see. Position ratings, catcher. Who's a playable catcher? Austin Hedges. Let's look at customize. Where? Demand. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Someone like Roberto Perez wouldn't be terrible on a minor league contract. Lucas Herbert, we just released. He was in our minor league system. I wouldn't hate bringing him back. Like these guys that are good that just want minor league contracts, I'm totally fine signing. Posey's a free agent. I didn't even see that. That might be interesting. I mean, I'm not going after him, but it's an interesting thought. Let's look at filter by. Actually, no, because if they're there, that means it's there, right? God, yeah, Perez is a beast. Perez is the ideal backup catcher, I'd say. He just hits so poorly this year. But, like, look at those ratings on defense. And he's durable. Yeah, I definitely want Perez. What did I also want to look at? I needed a right fielder as well. I could sign both Pilar and Inciarte. I don't hate that idea. Chris Bryant, I can't believe he had such a bad year last year, and he's going to be compensated at 19 mil, so. Anybody else? Yeah, I think those two are really good options. There's also Brantley, but he's another lefty. We just have so many goddamn lefties. He got traded at the deadline? Yeah, he got traded to Seattle. Yeah, I think. Yeah, going after Inciarte and Pilar, I think is smart. I don't know. Conforto's just a better hitter, though. Right? Inciarte is also a lefty, right? Yeah. But these guys are just way better defensively. Really? That's so weird. I haven't tinkered around with the minor leagues too much in this game yet. Just because while I'm streaming, I don't want to spend all that time. I'd like to kind of get the stream underway, so I don't want to spend a bunch of time, but that's weird. So you're saying when you go to disable AI promotion, demotion, it just resets? Because that's so weird. I haven't seen that happen. Let's go back to my sheet. Make sure I'm getting everything I need. That's so weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. So do I want Conforto and one of them, or do I want both of them? So I have to decide, but I'm getting two of the three of Conforto, Inciarte, and Pilar. But who do I want? Pilar, I mean, Conforto's just the most expensive, but he's also the best bat. What do I think I'll need? Do I need bat or do I need defense? So if my lineup is looking like this, Rojas is cover, by the way. And honestly, he could start in right. But he's good cover to have. He's had a couple really good years in a row, so I don't know if I want to bench him, but also, like, I feel like I can upgrade this position. I could just go with Slater. He just hit so poorly that it doesn't really inspire confidence as a starting right fielder. I guess Rojas could be cover for him. They could platoon. In right field. Slater was just so bad. I think I definitely want Inciarte. I think he's the only one I like definitely want because he can play all three positions really well. So, and he only wants like, I mean, I can get him for 10 million. He wants 7 years? No thanks, dude. 3 years and a team option, please. At 10, maybe? That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's a fair offer. All right. So 3 years, 30 million. Only the first 2 years are guaranteed. It's a really small buyout. Or I guess it's $1 million, but it's a relatively small buyout. Still leaves me 20 million. Are there any starters that I can get for like... I could go and grab Max Scherzer, but he's 37. I don't want to deal with that. I grabbed Verlander. He's 38. He didn't play well last year, though. There's no, like, star free agents for pitchers out there right now. I could go grab Nebel. Indeed. I think it's better for me to just maybe get a couple lower, less expensive guys. I mean, like someone like Tyler Duffy's only asking for 1.4. And he's not bad. What handedness do I need? I need lefties. Honestly, I really only need like a couple relievers. Maybe 2 at max. Really, I only need 1, but 2 at max. I could spend some money just to get a really good one. I mean, Paxton's here. Wow, he was awful. Why does he have -2 WAR? What was his FIP? His ERA was only 4.81. Why is his WAR so bad? What? That's so unbelievable. What was his FIP? It's 703 to 703 FIP? Holy shit. Okay, I'm going to stay away from that then. As soon as a free agent, he's out the whole year though, essentially. Taylor Rogers. I like his ratings. He was the closer for Minnesota for most of last year. I could just get someone like Nebel. Taylor Rogers is cheaper than these guys, is why I'm considering him. Or even someone like James Paxton. There's no way he has that kind of season again, right? He's fragile, though, so no thanks. Never mind. Yeah, I think Taylor Rogers is a good signing. Yeah, especially for only $3 million. I think that's a fair offer. 2 years, $6 million. But only one of them's guaranteed. I still have 17. Is there anybody I would even want to spend that kind of money on? Probably not. Maybe just getting depth. The player portraits? Yeah, they use a thing called face gen. So like they'll digitize the faces of the real players and kind of like put them onto the player. So some of them have the real players and some of them don't. Like Syndergaard's a big name player, so he'll have it. But like if we go to Josh Rojas on my team, this is just computer generated. Like this is just, he is assigned in the editor to be like he's assigned to be Hispanic in the editor, and so it just randomly generates a Hispanic face. Does that make sense? Is there any starting position I want to upgrade at? I can afford to sign Kevin Pillar, I think. Or Conforto. Pillar's way better defensively, but Conforto is a much better hitter. He wasn't last year, though. Pillar was actually about the same last year. He was just a better defender. And honestly, they're not that incomparable as hitters. Conforto just has way more power. Yeah, I think Pillar's the grab because he's cheaper. Just for 1 year. Roberto Perez can play backup catcher for me. He was the full-time catcher for Cleveland last year, right? Yeah. And he was terrible, but as a backup catcher, this is all I care about. I'd like for him to be a captain, but lol. Yeah, no DH in this game so far. I think I turned off automatic evolution, actually. I don't remember when I started the game save. Yeah, I turned off automatic evolution just because I wanted all the game. I'm going to try to do a couple different teams in the upcoming weeks, and I wanted them to all kind of feel the same. Yeah, I think that just gives us so much depth. And honestly, we have a ton of money if we want to go buy at the deadline. So, I think that's the way to go. Yeah, so we'll just sim to the Rule 5. I'm sure we'll get stopped for updates, but nothing else really interesting. I'll go over free agency after it's all done. We got Herbert. We got Inciarte, so that's solid. And I just realized we're bringing Inciarte back to the desert. He started his career here. We traded him for, that was in the Upton deal, right? No, it was in the Shelby Miller deal. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Arizona. You really fucked that one up. But it is what it is. So 30 million, but only 20 of it's guaranteed. He's back, so let's get him up on the main roster here. Start setting it up. So he'll play right. Well, he'll play center field for us, I think. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. I was looking for him down. He's an excellent left fielder, but he's a good center fielder too. Yeah, he'll play center field for us. And then when Pillar signs, he'll probably start in right. And then Slater and Peralta can platoon here. I could platoon Rojas and Pillar in right field. That might be the way to go. That means dropping somebody, though. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I might just drop a pitcher and just play with extra hitters. I mean, Blankenhorn doesn't need to be on the roster. Neither does Alec Thomas, really. He almost certainly won't make it. So I have room, I think. So Rojas will start here. Slater can back up in center. Just planning out right now. Hey, LT man, how are you? Yeah, I figured I'd be playing it all week with it just coming out, so figured it'd be fun to kind of stream it. Maybe get some advice, some some help from you guys. I am clearly struggling. I feel like I've put together a pretty good roster, but they have not put it together. So, yeah, hope you stick around. Trying to win a title this year, ideally. Yeah, Rojas, and then if we sign Pilar, we'll platoon him in right. So Rojas will play against righties here, and then Pilar will back up. And then Pilar will probably also back up center field here. Yeah, and then lefties, it's going to be Rojas in right. Well, no, Rojas will back up right. Peralta. Slater starts there, and I guess Inciarte starts in center. Yeah, this is what we're looking at. Oh my god, that sucks. Feels bad, man. That sucks. Yeah, Garrett Cole, he turns out to be really good in this game for the most part, but gosh. Yeah, those career-ending injuries. I had one with a couple years ago, and I think it was OTP 18. Could have been 17 or 18. I don't remember. Where I'm a big Diamondbacks fan in real life. That's why I started with them. And Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt got a career-ending injury, and it was a feels bad, man. Was not a fun time. Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna look at here. I can tell Marte's going back to second base. Yeah, once we sign Pilar, I'm gonna feel a lot more comfortable about this. How many batters do we have up? 12. So yeah. Oh, that's pitchers. 11. So actually, we have room for Perez and then Pilar. Yeah, it's always feels bad when your star player goes down for the year. Or for the career, in that case. Yeah, like, it's just... It definitely doesn't feel good. That's how I'd feel if Arenado went down right now. So we got Taylor Rogers. It's a good signing. He closed for Minnesota the last 2 years. 3 years. Yeah, because he closed in 2019 for him, too, in real life. So, excellent. He'll get slotted right into that staff as a setup guy. Let's Richard Rodriguez go to middle relief. Do I want him as middle relief? Yeah, probably. It's probably Hendrickson and Taylor Rogers as the setup guys. So that looks like a really good bullpen. And then we still have some guys in AAA that can contribute. Guys like Kevin McCanna, Joel Payamps, Jack Patterson, who I'll eventually want to bring up. Even guys like Corbin Martin and Josh Green, who have just been sitting there forever because we really haven't had space for him. Yeah, this looks good. I might sign one more guy. No, I think the 10 million's fine. I'm just waiting on any interesting signings. Story goes to San Francisco. That's interesting. Schwarber goes to Minnesota. Posey goes to Houston. God, I hate that. Rodon to LA. Joe Kelly to Atlanta. CJ Cron to Washington. Daniel Norris to Washington. And then Knebel back to LA. They acquired him at the deadline last year, so. See if Pilar is any closer to signing for us. He's not even on the list of the top guys. Who else signed? Linares, whoever this guy is, goes to Houston. Teheran on a cheap deal to Seattle. He got signed and immediately waived. Lol. Pfeiffer to Philly. TJ McFarland to Philly. Any other relievers that we want to spend? Nah, I think we're just waiting on those two. I should probably set him as a reliever, not a closer. Kenta Maeda for Christian Walker and my best prospect. No thanks. All right, Rule 5 draft. Let's look at the pool. Anybody in here that I need to put on the 40? Let's check here. Riley Smith. Cole Stapler. I don't really care about either of them. Yeah, I don't think anyone here I care about. So, anybody I want to draft? Get McClanahan. Still hasn't played in the majors in this game. Yeah, not really that good. Trent Thornton is out for 4 to 5 weeks. He'll be back for spring training. Turner Larkins had a really good year in Double-A. Actually pitched really well in Triple-A too. He could be interesting, but I just don't think I... You know what? I'll draft him, and if he has a really good spring, then we'll keep him. If he's still there, of course. He is. Barraclough, Manny Benuelos, lol. Funny to see these guys fall from grace. Any good potential, guys? Michael Byrne. I'm more looking to win right now, so we'll just take Turner Larkins and then probably just skip to the end. He's really the only guy I think I was interested in. Set him as a middle relief guy. Yeah, that's good. And we'll just release him if he doesn't turn out. I'll be fine. Nobody got picked in the draft, so that's good. I mean, not that I would really have cared, but... All right, I need Perez and Pilar to sign. All right, as I say that, they both sign. So Pilar gets landed for 1 year, $7 million. And then Perez is immediately going to go up to Arizona as our backup catcher on a minor league deal, league minimum deal. So we can start setting up our thing here. Pilar's going to platoon him right as a righty with Josh Rojas. He's better against lefties? Yeah, he's way better against lefties. He's actually a beast against lefties. I assume Rojas is a beast against righties. Not as much as you'd think. He's a pretty good player all around, but... Yeah, Pilar will back up here, and Pilar will also back up in center. Every 6th game, I guess. That's fine. Every 5th game for those guys. For Joey Wendell, just so he gets playtime. And then here, it's going to be Kelly and Perez. Every 5th game. I don't really care. And then Pilar starting in right. Do we want Slater backing up center? I guess he's probably the best to do so. He's starting, though, so it's either Peralta or Rojas. Neither of whom I think play center field. Just a little unfortunate. I guess it'll just be Pilar. We just have Rojas come in. But everything else stays the same. Yep. So that looks like a good lineup. Honestly, if we're looking at this lineup right here, I think we can make a push for something important. Rojas, Inciarte, Arenado, Seth Beer coming off of what should have been a Rookie of the Year campaign. Carson Kelly, David Peralta, Nick Ahmed, and Ketel Marte. When Ketel Marte's your 8-hitter, that's pretty damn good, right? Right? Pitching rotation of Kopech, Zach Gallen, Bumgarner, Woodruff, and Duplantier. With Archie Bradley, Taylor Rogers, Liam Hendricks, and Richard Rodriguez all in the bullpen. I feel like that's pretty damn good. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I feel like that's pretty damn good. I feel like we should be a playoff team. But you never know. You never, ever know. So, let's go to preseason here. I didn't realize Kopech was 4th in the National League in strikeouts last year. Nice. Yeah, so now we just wait. Where did he go? Who got my compensation? Who do I get compensation from? It's, of course, the Cardinals. Who would it be? Who else would it be? Yeah, we get compensation for Chris Bryant. So that's good. We get a compensation first-round pick. So now we have 2 this year. St. Louis, what are you looking like? Can I click on you as a team? Yeah. What are you looking like? Hurst, Diaz, Carlson, Bryant, Goldschmidt, Kanizer, DeYoung, and Bader. With Flaherty. Carlos Martinez is still a starter in this game, which is not realistic, but it is what it is. Gallegos ended up being better than Jordan Hicks in the save. I see it kind of go back and forth with who's better. All right, interesting. Well, we got a compensation pick, so that's solid. Considering he was a .4 WAR player last year, I think getting a compensation pick for him is pretty good. Raise scouting budget, raise player development budget, dropped draft budget, and raise international free agent budget. Okay. Who's making the Hall of Fame? A-Rod in the first year, Ortiz, and Bonds actually makes it in the last year. Clemens made it in the year before, so it makes sense to see Bonds go in now. Not that I want to see. Golly, that history is unbelievable. Jesus. I mean, these numbers are out of this world, you know? I don't know. These numbers are just out of this world. 11 wins! Zoink, Scoob. Yeah. Ortiz and then A-Rod also making it in. Neither are surprising. First years that don't make it are Jimmy Rollins, Joe Nathan, Jonathan Papelbon, Mark Teixeira, Jake Peavy, Prince Fielder. And the ones who are dropped are Ryan Howard, Jeff Facero, AJ Pierzynski, Carl Crawford, and Kyle Loesch. Everybody else, Andrew Jones is not getting any love. Guess he just doesn't have the numbers, but I feel like he's a damn good player. He'll get a lot more love in real life. A-Rod with 99.3% of the vote. I guess they don't care about the steroids in this game. They cared about it for Bonds, because Bonds has better stats than A-Rod, but it is what it is. Spring training. Let's just go to spring training now. Let's get these guys ready. Hopefully no injuries. Player development update. None of the guys I cared about got worse. And that's all that really matters. Also, is the music volume good, guys? Like, I didn't really ask that, but just checking to make sure that it's not bad. Bring up a couple guys just for... Actually, no. I'm really only going to bring up the guys that I really want. That I really think might have a shot at making the Major League roster. I'll bring up Corbin Martin, though. Because he is one of those guys. I'll bring up Christian Robinson, too. I forgot we had Yohan Lopez, to be honest. Because he played in Double-A all of last year. Because we were just too good to have him there. Yeah, I'm really just looking at these guys. And then let's go to a 6-man rotation. Because I like to do that in the preseason. Who do I just want to throw in there? Weaver? Or Conine? Probably Conine. He's closer to making it than Weaver is. All right, and then anybody else I want to get reps to? Not really. I'm pretty set on what my opening day roster is going to be, unless there's some injuries, so. Just go to opening day. Hopefully no injuries. That's all we're hoping for, guys, is no injuries. Player development update. We hit March 1st. Ahmed. Christian Robinson got a little better. Riley Smith. Ahmed got a little worse defensively, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. We're doing well in preseason, which is a good sign. Ahmed's hitting well. So is Arenado. Actually, our whole team's hitting well. Great. Regular season starts today. That's good. Players promoted. All right. Top 100 prospects list. Don't think we have anybody on it, but I mean, we're gonna have somebody. Christian Robinson's 48. Corbin Carroll's 75. Christian Robinson will be close to making the major. Will make the majors at some point this year, likely. And then we actually have a couple pitchers. We have Matt Tabor, who I didn't even realize we had. He just became a good prospect. Talent change randomness. Thank you so much. That's the kind of hero's work that we're looking for. Let's look at his scouting history. No, I guess he was always this good. I guess OSA just changed their mind. He was never on this list before, so. And then Ian Bedell, who we drafted, and Mike Vasil, who we drafted in the past couple drafts, are also there. So opening day is today. We play San Francisco. We're going to drop all the guys that I know, first of all, aren't making the roster, at least to start the year. Do we want to keep Turner Larkins? That'll be the question. We'll see how he played in preseason. Miraglio, Blankenhorn, Andy Young, Christian Robinson, Alec Thomas, Brandon Marsh. All right, these guys all go down. Clark and Pyomps, do they need to be waived? Yeah, Taylor Clark is gone. And then Joel Pyomps is gone. I don't really care if we lose those guys. It's not that big of a deal. That leaves us with one cut to make. And we have an extra pitcher on roster right now. So let's check pitching stats. How did Larkins pitch in preseason? If he pitched well enough to stay, I'll keep him. But if not, then I'll probably send down Bracho or Valdez. Honestly, it's going to take a lot for me to keep him. So split. Game type, spring training. Larkins pitched 11 innings, and he was good. 1.54 ERA. Was anyone, like, overtly bad? Duplantier. Frambler, Valdez. But he only pitched 7 innings. Bracho only pitched 8, but he pitched fine. Yeah, I think Larkins, unfortunately, doesn't make the cut. All right. So here is our opening day roster. Let's go back to 5. Conine can go back to long relief. Although Duplantier could get supplanted by him very quickly. He's on thin ice. All right, so our opening day starter is going to be Kopech because he was our best starter last year. And then here is our opening day depth charts. Let's make sure the AI has the lineup they want. Oh, I didn't get the personnel. Let's go sign personnel. Wow, I'm so glad I remembered to do that. Where is it in here? Sign team staff. Okay, so let's start with a bench coach. Player development influence and player relationships. So it's going to be, I assume, personality that is important. So controlling is just bad. Temperamental is just bad. Normal is also not great. How about easygoing? I wish you could sort by how well they have influence. Well, I guess influence is mostly just how they do it. I should be looking at the other one. So controlling is +2. Controlling is 2. Temperamental is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Normal is 2. Easygoing is 4. And personable is 4. But it's negative on pretty much all the pitchers. So temperamental is actually looking like the 1. Oh, okay, never mind. It's not like that anymore. Oh, I can sort by relationship. They must have added this because I swear this wasn't in the game last year. So I need an excellent and a good. So got someone like a Mickey Morandi. We'll offer him our bench coach contract. Sign for 5 years because we'll reassess every year. General manager is me. Pitching coach. Development influences. Average is the best. So we want average and excellent. So we have Rick Adair, and Luis Torres as our 2 options. He's a ground ball pitcher. He's a power pitcher. I'd rather have ground balls. I'd much rather have ground balls. Excellent. Hitting coach. Average is the best here. So average, excellent is what we're looking for. So we've got a neutral, a contact. So let's get Gerald Perry in here because I would rather have contact than neutral. And then a scout. We still have Derek Leidner, right? I don't like signing the busted scout in every save because it's just too easy. I did say balls. I just want Derek Leidner. Do we still have him? He's still under contract, right? Because I think it'll be fun to kind of play with the real scout of every player. I think that could be interesting. Yeah, and then we have a trainer who is currently a great, good for heal. I'd rather prevent. Average, great. So we can do better than him. Legendary, outstanding, excellent. Yeah, let's get Groshner on here. 100%. Team trainer, 5 years, submit offer. All right, so yeah, we got our staff now under control. We've got our team under control. I think we're looking good, boys. I think this is the year. Maybe not that we win it all, but I think we'll come damn close. If we can get another star at the deadline, I think we could win it all this year. All right, so let's do it. Opening day. Please don't let me down, guys. At home against San Francisco. 10-2 win. That's what I like to see. That's the first opening day win that we've had. So I certainly will not complain that we finally got one of those. Kopech pitched super well. That's what I like to see. Weaver coming in and pitching, close it out a little bit there. All right. Win. Loss. All right. 1-1 to start. We got all of our guys signed, which is really good. So now we have an entire staff list, which is better than what we had before, which was not an entire staff list. Let's have the bench coach do the lineups instead then. All right. Then team schedule. So loss, win in 11. Can we win? Oh, we go 2-2 with the Giants. Not ideal. At home against Atlanta, loss. Come on, guys. Why do we never perform? I just want to be good. I just want to be a good team, guys. I don't think it's that hard. Clark and Pyomps cleared waivers. They'll go down to Reno. All right. Personal message, player development update. Christian Robinson got a lot better. Wow, he's close to Major League ready. Anybody else? Corbin Martin. Corbin Martin is he's probably our top pitcher in AAA right now. So if we have an opening open up, or if someone's really bad, he'll probably get the call up. Win. Can we sweep them? Yes, we can. At Atlanta, come on. No. Oh, come on, guys. How are we going to sweep the Giants and then get swept by the Braves? All right. At home against the Dodgers. These are big series. Loss. Get swept. Day-to-day with back spasms. He'll survive. So this team is already frustrating me again. San Francisco, we have to sweep them. We need wins. All right, I'll take it. I'll take 2 of 3. We can, at Colorado, win. Loss. What were we projected for, by the way? I didn't even check. We were projected as a 79-win team? Really? I feel like we're better than that. I don't know, man. At Pittsburgh, loss. Maybe we're not. We just got swept by the Pirates. Ugh. What is bad? What is bad about us? What are we doing bad? Okay, we're good at pitching. We're not good at hitting. We can't hit the ball. Rojas is a 198 batting average to start the year. Wow, our team cannot hit. Carson Kelly and Peralta can. No one else can. Ahmed has been awful. Inciarte has been awful. Yikes. All of our hitters have just decided not to hit. Our staff has been great. Kopech, Gallen, and Woodruff have been an excellent 1-2-3. Archie still has a 0 ERA. So does Framber Valdez. Conine's pitching really well out of the bullpen. Actually, he'll just take Duplantier's spot. I trust him more, so. Little frustrating. Just a little frustrating if we're being honest. Especially because our pitchers are pitching so well. Damn, man. We're just not hitting. At Cleveland, come on, guys. Loss. He didn't come on the senior year role player. You'll start every day soon. Trust me. If Rojas keeps playing like he is, I guarantee you'll be starting every day. Ugh. Win. Okay. Bats get on track. Come on. Win. Loss. Win. All right, we're getting on track. Loss. Can we win? Okay, we won that game. Conine got better. He's a great starting pitcher now. Honestly, he's been really good in his 2 outings. So, what changes can we make? Joey Wendell's playing well. Nick Ahmed is not. Do we want to just put Wendell in for Ahmed? I mean, Ahmed, golly. Yeah, he dropped in defensive rating as well. Shortstop could be an area that we want to upgrade on in the offseason. Rojas has been better. He's been better. Okay, never mind. So he can stay for now. Pilar has actually been worse than him, so. Peralta's dropped off a little bit. So is Seth Beer. Inciarte's gotten a little bit better. Yeah, Nick Ahmed cannot hit. We might look to trade for a shortstop. But for now, we can have Joey Wendell just play every other game, essentially. I think that works. And then just hopefully try to keep it on pace from there. All right, can we win the series against San Diego? Yes, we can. All right, at Chicago. Loss. Win. Can we win the series? No, we can't. Gallen has food poisoning. He's out 3 days. He'll be fine. He's pitching so well this year. So is Woodruff. So is Conine. Honestly, our pitching staff's been really good. We can't win the series there. Where are we looking at in standings? We're a game and a half out. Obviously, it's way too early, but at least we're still kind of in the area. Ah, yeah. 300 home runs for Nolan Arenado, who has not been the superstar that he needs to be while he's here. I need him to step up. Draft pool revealed. Couple, we'll take a look at it once we get there, but. All right, we're going to San Diego. This is a really big series. Win. Loss. Come on. No. Come on. Detroit. Win. Can we sweep them? Yes, we can. That's big. Pittsburgh. Come on. Loss. Win. Can we take 3 of 4? Yes, we can. All right. So now we're above 500. So now I'm feeling a lot better about it. I'll check at the end of the month. Obsessively checking it isn't going to help anybody. All right, at Philly. Win. Save streak for Bradley. That's a good sign. Win. Sweep them. Oh, we didn't sweep them, but 2 of 3 is good. At Cincinnati. Loss. Win. Loss. All right, take 2-2. All right, no, losing 3 of 4 is kind of bad. All right, at home against Colorado. Loss. We have to win these last 2. Okay, good. Wendell got suspended in a brawl with him and Triggs. Wendell's still playing really well. He's suspended 4 games, though, which is less than ideal. Looks like Pilar had a really good game against Philly. Peralta's happy here, but I don't think I'm going to re-sign him. Unless he just doesn't want a ton of money. We'll check out it in the offseason because his demands will go down. Let's look at the standings. We're sitting right above 500, and we're at half a game out of the wild card, so we're sitting right around there. Let's just finish out the month, and then we can take a look after that. All right, Philly. Loss. No, come on, fuckos. Ugh. At the Dodgers, loss. And loss. So we're on a 5-game losing streak now. Peralta's out how long? 6 weeks? It's not the worst thing in the world. I don't know what I could do differently. That's the problem I'm running into, is I really don't know what I could possibly do differently. The team is just playing bad. Like, I put together what I believe to be a good team. Pilar is actually on fire, so he's going to start playing every day. Wow, Christian Walker cannot hit. Okay, yeah, he's probably going down. Beer has been okay. Did I trade? I traded, what's his name last year, right? Pavin Smith. Afternoon, Cubed. Welcome. We're back in the disappointment zone because we're 29-33 after what I thought was a really successful offseason for us. But it is what it is. Where's Pavin now? Where did I trade him? Traded him to Milwaukee. That's right, in the Woodruff deal. He's playing well in AAA. He's still not getting the call up though. Yeah, our hitters have completely shit the bed, which is really not ideal. They've gotten a lot better in the last month or so, but they started off the season really badly. Not ideal, to say the least. Peralta just got hurt. I re-signed your boy Kevin Pilar. So, there's that. I think we'll just have Rojas go play left field, because he's playing all right. Just have Pilar here. Or I could just have Slater play full-time here. But I'd rather have Rojas, I think. No, Slater's better defensively. And then they could stay platooned. Yeah, he did not start the season well. I signed him, obviously, because he's an exceptional defender at multiple positions. But, you know, he hasn't been exactly what I wanted him to be. I mean, he's been good enough. The 106 OPS plus is fine. We just need our pitching staff to start playing better. Or not pitching staff, sorry. Our staff has been excellent. Zach Gallen is on pace for 7 wins. And Brett Conine joined the rotation, is now on pace for 5 wins. Woodruff started off the season really well, on pace for 6 wins. Kopic, a little bit of a downgrade from last year, but still doing well. It's Bumgarner's the only one who's really not been superb, but that's fine. He's a good 5. And then we still have Duplantier. Our bullpen's been excellent. We have to have like one of the best bullpens in the league. Yeah, we're a good team. We just need to start playing more consistent. Nick Ahmed has been trash. He's played a little bit better. But he started. Yikes. Yeah, that's not a good look. Inciarte, I find, I don't know. He's a really good defender, so I feel like he'd be good in the game, but you just never know. Christian Walker can't hit, so he's got to go. Because that's what he's on the roster to do. I'll waive him. That's fine. Who can hit? That's been playing a lot of games. Buddy Kennedy. Buddy Kennedy is actually lighting it up in AAA. I don't know. At least in pass out of the parks, like, I think that's really the only way to win. Is like top tier defense. I could bring up Blankenhorn. Or Brandon Marsh. Do I have 2 spots open now? Yeah, I do. I can bring them both up. I might just send down Perez as well. Because he's not hitting well. He's an excellent defender, but so is Torbert. Or not Torbert, Herbert. And Herbert's just hitting really well in AAA. I have the opposite experience. I think Simmons turns out really well in OOTP. I misspelled that. I feel like Simmons turns out... Yeah, I mean, he had 6 wins above replacement the first year and then 4.5 the second year, and he's on pace for 6 this year, so... And that's with him hitting below average. So I feel like he turns out pretty okay. I could bring up Christian Robinson. This could be the time for that. Just have him start platooning in center. I think that's probably the play. Maybe bring up Blankenhorn as well. Just as cover for Seth Beer. Play every 4th game. And then Christian Robinson, I want him to get playing time. So he is a righty and Inciarte's a switch hitter, right? He's a lefty. Perfect. So we can platoon them. Robinson's not as good in center, though. Oh, no, they're equal in center, so it's fine defensively. Yeah, Robinson seems really good if he can develop 60, 60, 60, 60, 50 with speed. Yeah, if he can develop, I feel like he's going to be really good. So we'll just have him platoon it. And then... I should leave that there. Leave him there for now. Move Seth Beer just into the full-time starting role. Blankenhorn can play every 4th game again here. And then Christian Robinson goes here. Who goes here? And then backup left fielder is going to be Inciarte. Honestly, he can play there. Actually, Inciarte can start over Slater. No, Slater's a right-handed bat. We'll have him start. But Inciarte is a great defensive sub there. Yeah, where are you in your save, Cubed? I'm interested. All right, hopefully this team's good enough. This is where we're going to go into the next thing. By the way, Cubed, I know you weren't here for the off-season, but... Dalton Varsho actually won a Silver Slugger after I traded him to Colorado last year. So that's kind of rough. He's on pace for 5 WAR this year. He's a 4-star player now, so he turned out to be pretty good, which is a little unfortunate. He never would have become that here because he never would have started, but it is a little unfortunate to watch somebody you traded away become super good. Kopech got worse. Patterson got worse. Perdomo got better. All right, finish up the series against LA. We're getting 4 games swept. We lost 3 of 4. He wants to be a closer. Well, he's not going to get to be. Although, honestly, he's pitching well. But Bradley's the closer. I'm sorry, Hendricks. I hope that doesn't frustrate you too much, but not meet the team chemistry. Yeah, we're happy. We're good. Because we have so many captains and good, leaders on the team. Spark plugs. We have a lot of really good influences. Yeah, re-signing Freddie Freeman as Atlanta's got to be super important, I would imagine. I hope Arenado starts playing better. If he can start hitting, that would be excellent. That's a pretty enviable situation to be in, is like, I have so much money and I don't know what to do with it. At Colorado is a loss. First year player draft is today. I'm not really going to worry too much about the draft. Just because, again, I'm not trying to do a long-term save here. This is mostly a short-term save. Not that there's any good prospects anyways. Jeez. Who does OSA have us taking? OSA has us taking a shortstop, TJ McKenzie. from Vanderbilt. He hasn't been picked yet, has he? No, he got drafted in the 39th round last year, though. He's a really good defensive shortstop, and he has high leader and work ethic. Yeah, no, honestly, Atlanta's fun, I think. I don't think he's that good, though. Who's our scouting director like? TJ McKenzie. Interesting. I'm not a big fan of him, though. The contact's nice, but he doesn't have, like, the other batting stats. I guess he has the Ks. He just doesn't have power. He's a great... Actually, he's utility. Is Howie Kendrick bad in your save? Honestly, I feel like he's, like, ridiculously good this year. Like, unreasonably good. At least in year one. I haven't gone too much past year one in a lot of saves, but, like, Howie Kendrick seems like he's way better than he is in real life. You know what? Screw it. The game likes him that much. Let's take him. All right, they like Cole Hinkleman for us at this point. OSA likes Hayden Dunhurst. So they want a catcher. Hinkleman's a catcher, right? He's a right fielder. I'm trolling you. Yeah. It's really easy to overpay in this game, I feel. Wow, none of these guys look good at all. None of these guys look even remotely good. Like 50 contact potential as the best is really bad, in my opinion. Here's a 50 across the board player as a pitcher. I mean, he's a two-way guy. How is he as a pitcher? He's a bad pitcher. He's a decent hitter. How about pitching potential? Doesn't seem like there's any good pitchers in this game. Or in this draft. Some two-star guys with average everything. Wow, this draft is awful. Is that just me? Or is this draft just awful? I like going off stats, but not everybody has stats. Which makes it kind of awkward, you know? Wow, this guy had a fucking unbelievable average. Robert Moore dominated Arkansas. Yikes. Yeah, 14 million's pretty pricey for Howie Kendrick. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even care. These guys are bad. Like Cole Hinkleman, like this guy's barely... I don't think he'll even ever make the majors. I'm just going to let him... Screw it. I want to get through this series pretty quickly. I don't want to spend 8 days on the Diamondbacks. I'd like to spend at max like 4. So, let's just negotiate, I guess. What do you want? 2.27. It's fine. You want 200? It's fine. All these guys are so cheap. And if you guys turn out to be anything fantastic, if you don't, then whatever. It's not that big a deal. All right, back to the schedule. Where are we in the standings now? How far have we fallen? Pretty far. We're now 4 games out, which is really bad. Miami's finally in the playoff race. Good for them. They only have 7 batters, which is something. They have Alex Wood, and he's pitching well. That's kind of weird. JJ Bleday is playing well. All right, let's start beating up on Colorado. Well, that wasn't quite the beat up that I wanted. He said he wants to be in the starting lineup. Dude, you're hitting 140. No. No. Got rid of money sinks like Kendrick, Enciarte, and D'Arnaud, and then at 30 million that came off. Oh, yeah, DeGrom would have been massive. If the Braves get DeGrom, it's GG. Come on. We need to do well here. Come on, guys. Stop playing bad. Like, we're just not good, and I don't know why. We just got swept. Colorado, win. Win. Can we sweep them? We're so inconsistent. Holy shit. The Reds, loss. We win this. We win this. Okay, good. At San Fran, we win this. We lose the series. Now we're just a little bit below 500. Now we're only a game and a half out of the wild card, but so is everyone else in the world. Honestly, I might look to trade for somebody now instead of waiting for the deadline. What do we need? Who is awful? Seth Beer has not been playing great. Nick Ahmed, he's been a positive. Honestly, what are we bad at? Maybe a better right-handed first baseman? Yeah, no, the Mets trading him is unrealistic because they never would in real life. But Christian Robinson has actually been awful since he came up in his games that he's played. I want to give him more time, but also, like, I need to win, like, now. So, if I were looking for a right-handed first baseman, who's selling that has a right-handed first baseman? Texas is the only selling team. Joey Gallo's a lefty. If he wasn't a lefty, I'd go and get him. Just stick him at first, because he can play it. Righties in this game don't really exist, from what I found. Everyone's a lefty in this game. Ugh. Alright, who's bad? Philly, Milwaukee are the only ones really out of the race there. And there's a bunch of guys out of the race. Detroit, Texas, and Kansas City. Nico Goodrum's their first baseman? No, thank you. They have Marwin. Okay, so they don't have anybody. Kansas City, do you have anybody? Yeah, getting Syndergaard as a free agent seems like a really good deal in this game. Because his demand, and eventually you get him for like 28. Which seems pretty solid. Jose Martinez is a righty. He's not playing well, though. Khalil Lee is an outfielder. That's really all the people who are out of the race, who would realistically be selling at this point. Rhys Hoskins is a righty. That's intriguing. But he hasn't hit well the past couple seasons. How about Milwaukee? Eric Hosmer? With that contract? No, thank you. He's not even good. So, looks like I could try to get Rhys Hoskins. What do we think of that, chat? What do we think of looking to get Rhys Hoskins to platoon with Seth Beer, because Beer is not hitting well? That contact is just bad, though. Yeah, I really like Hoskins in real life, but he's been kind of bad the last couple. He wasn't bad last season. He just wasn't great. And he's on a long deal that is not super pricey, but decently pricey. Is there anywhere else I'd look to upgrade? No, our pitching staff is awesome, to be honest. Like, they've been really good. Zach Gallen's on pace for 8 WAR. Like, he's on pace for Cy Young. So, that changeup, man. Getting some power would probably be good, because we're 14th in home runs. We're 4th in batting average and 14th in home runs. Someone like Rhys Hoskins could work. I'm gonna look and see what it would take to get him. Philadelphia Phillies. Rhys Hoskins. If Real Muto could play first base, I would do it, but he's too good of a defensive catcher. What would they want if I just wanted Hoskins? All right, we're already kind of on a decent start. Matt Tabor looks like he'll be good, so no thanks. I'll trade Josh Green. He's never turned in anything. They don't really care about Josh Green. Who is someone they do care about? Whose spot would he be taking the place of? I guess if I gave him back Christian Walker, like at least they would be getting a first baseman back. Doesn't really do anything for him. Jesus. Thor is strict. Didn't realize he was such a demanding player. How about a guy like Alec Thomas? Doesn't even sweeten the offer even a little bit. I guess I could throw Matt Tabor in. Okay, that does help. Then I can throw in someone like Corbin Martin. Although I'd like to keep Corbin Martin. Someone like Corbin Carroll can go in. And then I can just remove Tabor. See what they would take instead. Bedell. I'd rather trade Bedell than Tabor. Looks like Corbin Carroll kind of has to be in the deal. I mean, he looks like he's going to be a good player, but not something that, like, Christian Robinson can't be. Or that I don't already have in, like, my other outfielders. I don't mind doing this deal if I can get something else out of it, too. If I can get Sir Anthony Dominguez, I'll absolutely do it. How much would it take to get him? Patino. What's Dominguez's contract? I should look at that first. He's still ARB eligible. He's having an excellent season too. Chase Davis, no. Damn, I think I would need to include someone like Corbin Martin. I just have a lot of starting pitching depth, so maybe I'm okay including Corbin Martin. To get Sir Anthony Dominguez, like... Oh, okay, they'll even do this deal, so... This guy's fine. Yeah, let's only Corbin Carroll. Chat, how bad of a deal is this for me? Oh, Jesus. He signed with San Fran for $21 million a year. That's something. Yikes. Chat, how bad of a deal is this? Is this a bad deal? What if I got them to retain? How much could I get them to retain? 25 maybe? For another player? No, I don't want another good player. I just want another player. 15? Yeah, I could do 15. Just get rid of like Lee Belt. It's trading a bunch of prospects to get better right now. With Rhys Hoskins and one of the best closers in the league in Sir Anthony Dominguez. It's saying I want to win right now, but also not throwing away the future because Dominguez is... Hoskins is locked up and Dominguez is still an ARB player. But it is getting rid of a lot of good prospects. How desperate am I? To stay in this race. Beer's not playing that bad. I think I hold this deal and I think about it for a little bit. If it gets better, it gets better. If it doesn't, then we make the deal. But at least having that option available, I think, is fine. All right, at home against Chicago. Win. Loss. 1-for-1. Not ideal, but is what it is. All right, personal message. Whoa, I have a lot of stuff here. Jesus. I want to keep my K's in here. Prospects list was updated. I don't really care. Versus Miami. Loss. Loss. Don't get swept by the Marlins. Okay, good. Inciarte's out for the year. So that's less than ideal. I think that changes what I need to get at the deadline, for sure. It means Christian Robinson can't be bad anymore. Oh my god, he's awful. Yeah, at least I have guys like Alec Thomas down here that I feel like at least can play. That sucks. Huh. He was playing well, too. Not great, but well. I have him next year, too. Robinson has been utterly terrible. I don't want to ruin his confidence, so I'm going to send him back down. Because I need him to develop. Oh, I have Nelson Cruz. Huh. I have old man Nelson Cruz on this team. Huh. Andy Young's having a good year. Mostly his defense, though. LT Tolbert's a left-handed first baseman, because we don't have enough of those. Andy Young has experience at the majors. But I don't really need infield help. Because Wendell's playing well. Not super well, but he is playing. I just need a good hitter. I need someone who can come off the bench and just crush the ball. Buddy Kennedy can be that guy. He can only play third. Not that he ever is going to play third. All right. So this is where we're at now. It really makes you readjust what you're going to need at the deadline. At Washington, loss, loss. Conine's out 5 days. He'll be fine. He can exist on the roster. This month might have knocked us out of the playoffs. We were 10-15 in June. We have yet to have a winning month. And we have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. We're third in WAR. I just don't know what else I could possibly do. At least Thomas is hitting. We just keep waiting. I say that as if there's, you know, like a crazy person waiting for something to turn around, but I don't know what else I could possibly do. Without giving up my entire stash of people. I need to go out and get a superstar. I need a superstar power hitter. So who's selling a superstar power hitter? I guess Joey Gallo. I could go get Joey Gallo and just plug him in somewhere. Find a way to put him in. I'm 7 games out of the playoffs right now, though. We're worse than we were last year. If I was a different team, I'd be calling us to see what we're willing to trade. Let's just try to get him. I just want to see what it would take. Not saying I'll actually do the deal, but what would it take to get Gallo? Nothing. It would take fucking nothing to get him. I could get him literally for free. For this no-name prospect. He's a free agent after this year. It's a buy. It's a buy for 1 year deal. But 7 games out of the playoffs, is that worth it? Or are we already done? Should we call the year? I mean, this is essentially free. It's saying we're going to use our budget space that we have to get Joey Gallo for the rest of the year. You know? I don't think that's that bad of a deal. Is there anyone else we could get? Who else is rebuilding? Colorado. We already got their star. Never mind. They signed Noah Syndergaard. Drew Ellis turned out to be a beast in Colorado, because of course he did. So that trade actually looks terrible for us right now, because Arenado is playing bad. Arenado is playing average. He's not playing bad. He's playing average. And they got 2 really solid players out of it. All right, so probably not them. Milwaukee. Geinkel, is he pitching well? No. He has really good ratings, but he doesn't pitch well, just like he did in Arizona. Yelich has dropped. Hader's not worth it. No, I didn't. I didn't end up trading for Hoskins. But NCRT is now out for the year. It's still on the table. But also this deal is on the table. Which is just a no-name prospect for Joey Gallo. The only problem with that cubed is that I'm currently 7 games out of the wild card spot because I'm 39 and 49. I'm 10 games under 500. And so is it even worth going in this year? If I wasn't trying to win as soon as possible, I would give up on this year. But I don't want to play the Diamondbacks for 7 years before I can win a title, you know? Or even just make the playoffs. I think at maximum, I'm going to do 5 years of a save. Yeah, I got slammed by the Padres all of last year. Trust me, I understand. We only won like 4 games against the Padres, and we're in their division last year. Kansas City's also bad. Do you have any good players? You have Kyle Muller, so no. This deal's got to be worth it. They'll even take some money. They'll even go 25% if I just throw in a scrub, like Munoz. If I just keep throwing in guys I don't care about, I can get them to take pretty much all of this back. I can get them to pay 40%. If I give up 2 extra prospects, I can get them to pay 40%. That's also something worthwhile. I doubt they give up any of their prospects. If they do, they're kind of stupid, but... Something like Everson Pereira. Oh, I can get Everson Pereira. Well, for David Fletcher. Dominic Fletcher. What about Keithran Moss? No, I can't get Moss. But I can get Pereira. I can get them to pay 40% of this Joey Gallo contract. So I'll still have a ton of... I'll still have space. And I can throw in this guy that I'll never play in the majors to get Everson Pereira. Yeah, it seems like a good deal. Let's do it. Screw it. All right, so we got Gallo. Jared Liebelt. Thank you for helping getting me a fucking good player. I don't know what everyone sees in you that I don't see, but I don't know where I'm going to put him. I just knew I needed something. I needed to make a change. I don't know what that change needed to be, but I had to do something. So Buddy Kennedy's going back down. Joey Gallo's coming up. Everson Pereira's not quite ready. Yeah, he hasn't been playing in the majors. He's an excellent defensive center fielder, though. Let's check it out, Cube. Let me check it. Oh my god. AJ Minter and Thomas Burrows for Jacob deGrom. I can't... I mean, I don't want to believe that that's true. But, you know, there it is, right in front of me. And, right, and half of deGrom's contract, of course. Both of Duplantier and Weaver are pitching really well. I might just put him in the starting rotation. For Bumgarner, maybe? Kopech hasn't been playing great, but I'm keeping him in there. Bumgarner's just a disappointment. Duplantier can come in for him. I think that just makes our rotation better. All right, so where is he going? He's going in left field. Which means Slater can go somewhere else. So Gallo's starting in left. Austin Slater has been kind of meh, so he can just be our backup. And that's fine. He can play like every 5th game or so. Every 6th game, since Gallo's a star. We have no backup third baseman. Wendell can play it. Do I want to keep platooning Rojas and Pilar? Yeah, I mean, they're about equally as good, so... Pilar's hitting better, but Rojas is... I don't know, Pilar's playing better, but... And he's better in the field. Maybe I just have Pilar start for both and have Rojas play every 3rd game here. That could work. Slater's a righty, right? So I don't think it matters. Gallo's a lefty, and I'll play every 4th game. All right, so here we are with Joey Gallo now. we have Seth Beer, a rookie of the year, Seth Beer, Nolan Arenado, Joey Gallo, Carson Kelly, Kevin Pillar, Ketel Marte. And we're not a playoff team. Like, I don't know what else I need to do. Clearly, I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know what it is. And our pitching staff's one of the best in baseball. Other than Bracho, who's been bad. I'll send Bracho down. Screw it, he doesn't need to be up here. I have pitching options, right? I have Corbin Martin. He's been excellent in AAA. I know, right? Nick Ahmed's my worst hitter. And, like, Nick Ahmed's not terrible. He's a positive player because of his defense. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like we should be really good. But we're just not. So, Bracho can go down because he's been bad. He can get waived, right? He's been that bad? Bad enough where somebody won't claim him? Probably. And even if they do, whatever. I still have that Sir Anthony Dominguez trade if I want it. I could just look for Dominguez instead of Hoskins. He might be easier to get. Oh, I can get him. Start with, I don't know, Corbin Martin. He'll need to think about it. I could definitely do this deal. On this guy. Like, is this deal not worth it? Oh, 100% I should be a wild. I should be in the playoffs. I should not be 10 games below 500, is what I'm saying. With one of the worst offenses in the National League. This deal's got to be worth it, right? For, like, one of the best relief pitchers in baseball. He's on arbitration. He's unhappy because his team sucks. I don't really see any reason not to do this deal. I mean, yeah, he walks, but, like, whatever. He throws 100. It's fine. He strikes out 13 and a half, almost 14.9 per 9. Let's check Will Myers out. Will Myers is on a terrible contract, but he is awful. He is awful. He's been awful. He has been terrible, actually. Unfortunately for him, he has been terrible. Yeah, he's been terrible. He's batting 163 this year. He bat 197 all in 157 games last year. Yeah, Will Myers is on, like, Will Myers is probably the worst contract in the game. Him, Eric Hosmer, and Chris Davis, I think, are, like, the 3 worst. Yeah, it is just, it's terrible. I'm gonna do this. Screw it. All right. I shipped Corbin Martin to Philly for Sir Anthony Dominguez. So, if we're still bad, I don't know what to tell you. No, it doesn't seem to be a fluke. Who's losing the setup role here? Probably Hendricks. He's just getting used more often. All right. Yeah, I mean, this is as good as I think I can get this team. Because I don't really know what else I could possibly do. We have a literal Cy Young candidate right here in Zach Gallen. Yeah, I said that at the... I'm not sure if you were here for the first stream, but I said that in the first stream of, like, the stopper roll was super OP in this game. And it feels kind of broken to use because the AI doesn't use it. So it doesn't feel super fair, but, like, I don't know. Maybe I should just use it because I want to win. Screw it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it for this year. Let's have all of these guys be stoppers. These guys are my stoppers. Got 2 middle relief guys and 2 long relief guys. I don't know. It seems like this is too strong. But I don't know. What do I know? I just want to win at this point. So let's just do it. All right. This is a playoff team. Right? Right? We can make the wild card with this. 8 stopper bullpen. Is that the strat in this game? Is just have everyone be a stopper? I thought it was just have your superstars be stoppers. Like your really good relievers be stoppers. Because you don't want, like, I don't know. I wouldn't have wanted, like, what's his name coming in? Silvino Bracho coming in the 8th. Lol. Oh, Internats today? Nice. What a great international free agent market. Oh, is it tomorrow or is it today? Is the game trolling me? Is this the international free... Oh, it's pitchers. Oh, okay. It's even worse. $5 million for this guy. $5 million for this guy. Look at this nickname. What is this nickname? Jesus Christ. All right, well, let's start winning, boys. I don't know. International sucks in this game, though. It's weird how it works like that, but it does. Win. 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 Loss. Loss. Got swept by the Padres, which is pretty on brand. Ugh. Refuses to be demoted. Well, see ya. Let's get swept by the Dodgers. 6 in a row. Lost 6. I mean, that's the playoffs. The playoffs are over now. I've never clicked on this home run challenge before. Do we have anybody? No, we don't. I was just curious. Yeah, well, that ends the season, I think, for us. We are now 9.5 out. We're 31 games out of the first place. They're 72 and 23. They're 72 and 23. Walker Buehler's hurt. He's out for the year. And their closer's out for the year. They're 72 and 23. They're undefeated in July, and they have yet to win less than 20 games in a month. They're first in everything. Holy shit. I've never seen a team play that well and out of the park. Who's our all-star at least? Zach Gallen. He earned it. Anyone else? Carson Kelly for the second year in a row. Zach Gallen and Carson Kelly are our all-stars. Oh my god. Futures? Do we have any futures? We have to, right? Like, yeah, we have Christian Robinson. Does he count as a future? He's been playing in the majors. His potential went up. His contact and his power potential went up. Excellent. Not going to complain about that. Christian Robinson won MVP of the game. That's pretty cool. That's a positive. Cody Bellinger won the home run challenge. Cole Freeman for Taylor Clark and Ian Bedell. No thanks. Peralta's healthy. All right. Who's going down? Blankenhorn? Just bring up Peralta. That's odd. Was he not on your 40? I know who else could play that. But it turns out Austin Slater can. I want to take a sip of water here really quick, guys. Oh, you're happy he's gone. Fair enough. Fair enough, indeed. Alec Thomas has cooled off significantly. I guess we just wait for Christian Robinson to be good enough to play in the majors. We just take this until he's good enough. Why did it switch to position ratings? It's odd. Joey Gallo's become cool ever since he joined Arizona. He's played 8 games and he's hitting .074. As it seems every team that comes to our every player who comes to our ballpark does. He's yet to hit a homer. Excellent. I don't know what else to do. Peralta's healthy. I guess he's just the backup. I could look to trade Peralta for maybe a better center fielder or a shortstop. Because he is a free agent after this year, and I'm not keeping him. So, because we can shop him. What's your value? Oh, okay. We can actually get some good players. Anybody that I could use like right now? I could use a shortstop. Well, no, I could really use a center fielder. That's really the one. Jacob Hanneman's not good enough to start. Adam Engel's not good enough to start. Victor Reyes might be good enough to start. Travis Jankowski's old. Greg Allen is really good defensively. Oh, looks like he's fallen off a little bit in this game. He was really good last year defensively, at least in center field. Derek Hill. He's good defensively, right? Nope. Malik's... He's fast, but I don't need speed. Greg Allen has 1.2 WAR this year. He's been playing well for Cleveland. Pretty much purely on the back of his defensive prowess, though. I just need a positive player. Like, I just need... Jairo Diaz. No thanks. Hunter Dozier. He's that right-hitting first base platoon I wanted. If I wanted it. I could get Pollock back, lol. How bad is he now? Jesus, he's really fallen off. Polanco. That's interesting. Because Pilar could play center field. We could put Polanco in right. He's under contract for 2 years, this year and next year. It's a team option, so if I don't want to pick it up, I don't have to. It's an option. It's something to think about. Marco Gonzalez, no thanks. I don't need more pitching. Polanco is interesting. But so is just picking up someone like Greg Allen or like Victor Reyes. I could pick up... I think Victor Reyes is a good player. And he's still on arbitration. He's young. I think that's the better play. Then I could try to fleece him for more. Anybody else you're looking to sell? You don't have a very good team, do you, Chicago? What? You're win now, but you're not very good. What prospects do you have that might be close to ready? Brennan Davis. Okay, I'm not getting him. How about Nick Lofton? Okay, I can get Nick Lofton for Kennedy, Buddy Kennedy, who's just a AAA. He's a quad A player. How about if I took out Lofton and put in Brennan Davis though? I could get Davis, but it would require me to give up a lot more than I want to, and I don't think he's that good. He's a 60 across the board. We have Christian Robinson, too. So I'd rather have Lofton. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just do this. So Peralta's on the Cubs, and we get Victor Reyes, who can just come in and play now. He can start in center, right? He's the better center fielder. Thomas is a lefty. Do we just want to platoon him? He is better against... Oh, that's Slater. Oops. He's better against righties as a switch hitter. And so is Thomas. So I don't think it really matters. Thomas is actually the same. Thomas doesn't care about your priorities. So Thomas is fine as a backup, like every fifth game or so. But Victor Reyes can start. He's just better defensively, so. All right, well, that's another deal done. I mean, not that it matters, but that's a move for next year at least. Who do I not have after contract this year? Pilar, Gallo. I might try to re-sign Gallo. How much does he want? 22. I have no money for extensions. Okay. No, the postseason's out. The postseason dream is dead, I think. We'd have to get unbelievably lucky. Why do we have so much money on the books for next year? Who really ramps up next year? Ketel Marte goes up by 2. Nick Ahmed goes up by 2. Carson Kelly goes up. Zach Gallen's going to get paid. That's why. Joey Wendell's not getting 5.5. Not from me. So. All right. Let's just see if we can not be terrible for the rest of the year. Versus St. Louis. Win. Loss. Win. Okay, at Milwaukee. Win. Loss. Win. All right. What's the deal, Cubed, for Max Fried? Win. Loss. Win. Versus Milwaukee. Loss. Win. Win. Versus Washington. Win. Loss. Win. All right, so we're a lot better than we were before the trade. That's such 7.5 and then a 9.5 vesting. How odd. Have we climbed even close? So we're now only 6.5 games out. We're 7-3. We're a pretty good team. It didn't tell me that Richard Rodriguez was hurt. Probably because we don't know the diagnosis yet. Yeah, so let's, we're at the deadline. So so the 7.5 is irrelevant. That's so weird. Seth Beer has negative .6 WAR. We need a first baseman. Ideally a right-hitting one. Unless Christian Walker is just out, murdering AAA right now. Which he's not. He's hitting well, but it's not good enough. It's not something that's, unbelievable, considering how badly he played earlier this year. Nationals are now rebuilding. Do they have a first baseman? Oh, these are prospects. Do they have a first baseman I can get? Greg Diekman. He's left-handed. Of course he is. So it's just a bad contract, is what I'm hearing. He's not that much better. I think I just stick with it. Even though Seth Beer is playing bad. Like, he's just not been good this year. Correct. It's paying him about $7.5 million to sit on your bench. At least Kevin Pillar's having a good year. Did Joey Gallo ever turn it around? Kinda. Did Nolan Arenado ever turn it around? Kinda. He's only on pace for 3 WAR. He's gone down to 4 stars. Fuck, man. That deal is not, it's not turning out well. But can you really blame me? Can you, like, blame me for trying that deal? For getting Nolan Arenado when I had the chance? Alright, trade deadline. We lost. 1 to 2 weeks for Rodriguez. Day to day, he'll be fine. He'll sit. It just didn't work out. Just did not work out. Is Robinson good enough to come up yet? It looks like he is, but I'll probably just wait until September. I might, but if I'm trying to win, like, I feel like having him is better than not having him to try and win, you know? Because I don't want to rebuild. At San Diego, loss. At San Diego, loss. I swear to God, we can't beat the Padres. It's unbelievable. I've never seen a team that I can just not beat like the Padres. San Fran, loss. Loss. Never mind. Never mind. We're bad. We're really bad. At Chicago, win. Loss. 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 Well, at least we're tanking for a good pick, I guess. Gallo has been terrible. Ugh, I'm losing my mind. Wow, we got the cycle hit against us by Chris Taylor. Excellent. Now we got a 2-game series against LA. Loss. Win, somehow. Another series against the Mets. Win. Loss. Win. At LA. Loss. Loss. Win. San Diego. Loss. Let's get swept. Let's get 4 games swept. Come on. That's what I'm talking about, boys. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. I'm going to calculate what we are against the Padres this year. We are currently... Where's our first Padres series? 0, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3. 3-3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're 3-13 against the Padres this year, and we've lost our last 9 against them. Or no, our last 10. We are 0-10 in our last 10 games against the Padres. Which is never a good feeling, for being honest. Seattle, win. And at least we beat Seattle twice, so that's something. Who's fallen off? Archie Bradley has a bad WAR, so I guess his FIP is bad. Okay. Duplantier has not been great in the rotation, but, you know, whatever. He's not been bad. Kopech has. Our bullpen's been great, I feel. What's our bullpen ERA? It's second in the National League. 3rd in errors, 9th in defensive efficiency, though. 5th in zone rating, 5th in strikeouts, 7th in pitcher WAR, 9th in starters ERA. It's our bats that are letting us down. Oh my God. Victor Reyes can't hit. Because of course he can't. Yeah, this is a dead season. We're in September at least, so we can call up Christian Robinson for him to play the rest of the year. Just kidding. He's out for the rest of the year. This really has been the most disastrous season I've ever played, I think. I've never seen a team perform so below expectations. Maybe ever. Yeah, it's been really unlucky. I guess we could try Pereira. Let's just bring somebody up. I don't know. Who gets their cup of coffee in September? Matt Tabber. Screw it. And then Everson Pereira can start. Because it's not like any of the other guys are doing better. He's at least good defensively. He can start, right? Yeah, fuck it. He'll start. And Victor Reyes can back him up. No, Alec Thomas can back him up here every third game. And then Pereira and Victor Reyes every third game here. Any other change I want to make? Rojas. Joey Wendell's been okay. I mean, everyone's just kind of been bad. Have you at least been fielding well? Yeah. You're a good pitch framer. That's why you're on the team, Perez. You don't need to hit. Yeah, I mean, Wendell's been all right. I mean, nothing, like, spectacular. But he can play baseball, unlike half the guys on my roster. Rojas has been playing well in a more limited role. Awful, B. Howery. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, but we've been doing terrible. We're 60 and 79, and I don't know why. We have made so many adjustments, and it really hasn't been working out for us. Yeah, it's been a cursed run. Gallo has been terrible ever since he came over at the deadline. Guess Kevin Pillar's having a good year, and so is Carson Kelly, but, you know, of course. It's what he does. Arenado's been average. He's a below average hitter now that he's in Arizona. Traded for him at the deadline last year. And he's been below average ever since he came over. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. Oh, dude, the game did not want the big cats to exist. The game did not want the big cats to exist. On the bright side, we have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. I mean, not anymore. Zach Gallen was on pace for a Cy Young season. He was on pace for 8 WAR, but not so much anymore. Conine's still been really good. And then Kopech, after getting Cy Young votes last year, has been significantly worse. Bullpen's been great, though. All right, let's see how... Ooh, a hiccup there. Let's see how good Everson Pereira is. Dodgers, win. Loss. Win. We just took 2-2 from the unbeatable Dodgers. From the 101-42 Dodgers. Colorado. Win. Archie Bradley's out for the rest of the year. That's fine. Is Christian Robinson healthy? No, he's out for the... He'll be out for the year. So we don't even get him for September. Yeah, we are very bad. See if we can at least close out the year strong. Win. Loss. Game's starting to lag. That's not a good sign. Loss. Yeah, no, 100%. Like, you're either good or bad when you don't have control in this game. That's how it was last year too. But I think it's even more of an extreme this year. Like, Gallen's been excellent, but like Kopech has not this year. His ratings have actually gone down a lot since his 4-win season last year. Colorado. We take, all right, 2 of 4 isn't bad. At San Fran, loss. Not that I care about losing anymore. We got swept by San Fran. Not ideal, but it is what it is. I'm just going to play out the season with the roster. Loss, loss. Colorado, loss, loss. Win, loss. A rare win, loss. Don't care. Win. We won a series in September. That's something. San Diego. I want to lose all 3 of these. Well, there goes the dream of 0-13 in a row against San Diego. To be fair, I think 1-12 is still pretty bad. Mac Marshall retired. That's a big blow to my future plans. What a beast he is. Sorry for the sarcasm. Yeah, I like movement control for Ace. I think that's like, I think movement control is a really good combo for pitchers in this game. Did Pereira play well? Yeah, I mean, he wasn't terrible, which is more than I can say about the rest of the team. Anyone else worthwhile? Can I just look at how everyone did in September? Because that's all I care about. How did we do this month, boys? Was anyone, like, overtly terrible? Alec Thomas, Nick Ahmed, Ketel Marte. Carson Kelly had a bad month, but oh well. Joey Gallo bounced back at least a little bit this month. That's something. That's something to look forward to. Oh, hey. So you're the Braves. This is in your Braves series, I imagine? The one where you got DeGrom essentially for free, and now you just signed Javi Baez? Because that's a dynasty. My Pythag? Let's look at it, shall we? That's in history, right? Oh, we were 6 games under our Pythag. So we were unlucky. We've been unlucky every year except for the first one, which is fine. I didn't expect to be good the first year, but we've been a little unlucky every year except for the first one, but this is the most unlucky I've been in a while. Yeah, -6. We were supposed to be 74 and 88. But honestly, like, talent-wise, we should be better than that anyways, so. Oh, this is just in September. So Gallen had a good month at least. Finished out with, oh, he led the National League in WAR. Yeah, I mean, even if I win 74 games or whatever, though, like, it's not like that's really much of a change for me from like, I wanted to be a playoff team. Like, I went into this year expecting playoffs. So to get, I mean, even 74 wins would have been a disappointment. At least in my opinion. Like, I was at minimum looking for 80, but it is what it is. Yeah, looking at Zach Gallen had a great year. 200 innings pitched, 2.88 ERA, 5.8 WAR. He led the National League in that. He'll be up for Cy Young. I don't know if he'll win it, but he'll be up for it, which is really cool to see. He's been really good the last couple of years. 3.8 into 4.2 into 5.8. So he's been progressively just getting really, really good, which is cool to see. Anyone else have a good year? Split regular season. I mean, Woodruff at 3.7 isn't a bad year. It's not the best year, but it's not a bad year. Conine at 3.4 is really good considering it was his first full year in the rotation. Oh, yeah. Zach Gallen's the ace next year for sure. Kopech, but that's what I said about Kopech last year when he had 4 WAR and he had a 3.16 ERA in 31 games. I was like, oh, yeah. But I just realized now, I didn't even pay attention. He led the league in walks. And he led the league in walks this year with 96. He walked 96 batters this year. That is unbelievable. It's honestly impressive that he had 4 WAR. He had a 3.16 ERA with 81 walks. That's incredible. But, yeah, Gallen's the ace. Gallen's the ace now. Bumgarner, Ended up coming out of the bullpen for most of the rest of the year. He's just meh at this point. He can start, but I'd prefer if he was one of our long relief guys. It just is what it is with him. Weaver has just become a bullpen piece for us the last 2 years, which is fine. Again, it is what it is. Yeah, slightly above average walk rate, I'd say. Yeah, you know, just slightly bad here. We're looking at almost 5 walks per 9. Jesus. That's so bad. I mean, that is just so unbelievably bad. He did start 33 games, though. So good for him. I mean, honestly, I get his control is bad, but it should be better. It should be better than 96, right? At 40? Holy shit, it's just so much. No, Dominguez came over and was great. No complaints with him. Liam Hendricks, I believe, is a free agent after next year. Yeah, after next year. So we still have him for 1 more year. Taylor Rogers is signed on for next year. I believe he has a team option. Yeah, for $3 million, which I'm 100% picking up because that's super cheap. And then Valdez and Rodriguez were both good as well. So pitching staff was above average. Now the bats were not. We had 3 good players. Carson Kelly. Carson Kelly's our best player at this point. He's consistently really good. He's an excellent defensive catcher who can hit. So you're never going to see me complain about that. He didn't hit as well as he did last year, but he played a lot more. So Gallo kind of turned it around once he came over to Arizona. He wasn't as good as I wanted him to be, but he's still, you know, he wasn't terrible. Ideally, we'll have him be better. And then Arenado ended with 3.9 WAR almost solely because of his defense. He was a completely league average hitter, which is disappointing, to say the least. Yeah, I mean, he has been average at best since coming over in that trade. So I would really like I'd really like him to be better. Why is he angry? He's angry at the team record. No, angry at your performance, please. Pilar with 2.5 WAR had a decent year. He was the only other player that was even remotely kind of average this year. So, but he's a free agent. I don't think I'm going to be able to re-sign him, but that is what it is. Other than that, Rojas, Ketel Marte has just been such a disappointment. I don't know if we're going to have to completely upgrade all of these positions, but we're definitely going to have to do something else in the offseason. I don't know what that something else is yet, but it is something. Ideally, Christian Robinson will come up and be our center fielder next year. Let me start planning it out on that doc I have. So Kelly is our catcher. Beer and then some righty to platoon with him. Second base, I'd like it to be Ketel Marte, but God, he just hasn't been that good, has he? I mean, he's getting paid $10 million next year. He's got to start, right? He'll start for now, tentatively. Arenado's at third. We could keep Ahmed at short because he's still getting paid, and at least he's good defensively. He just can't hit. But if I could trade him maybe for an upgrade at that position, that'd be fine too. Left field is Gallo. He'll full-time start. The only problem is I don't like paying players that much as a small market team, especially as a small market team. If you're paying a player $10 million, like it is just really, you don't really have the luxury of not starting that player. At least in my experience, especially when there's 2 of them. Center field, we'll start the season with whatever, Reyes and Thomas platooning, but eventually it'll be Robinson. Probably as soon as... Yeah, I would hope so. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get an upgrade. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to shed money. WTF Blizz. Hi, I'm pretty new to OTP. I've had the 2015 version, and I was pretty overwhelmed, and it wasn't very user-friendly to get started. Are newer versions better? For user-friendliness, I think there's a lot more in the game. When it comes to, like, I don't know, letting you know who the good players are and who the bad players are. I'm not sure I would say it's more user-friendly. One series I would say, if this is something that you're interested in, if you really do enjoy baseball, of course, obviously check out my streams. I like to think I tend to talk about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it when I'm doing it, but I know Foolish Baseball over on YouTube Foolish BB over on YouTube has a really good Out of the Park for Beginners series. I can go ahead and link it in chat here if that's something you are interested in, as maybe if you're new to Out of the Park. Sorry, autoplay on YouTube there for a second. All right, I'm gonna link this in chat here. So this is a really good playlist I recommend for anybody who's relatively new to the game. It kind of goes over not only how OOTP works, but also how baseball works. If you're not as familiar with things like arbitration or even like platooning or, you know, money aspects, developing players, all that kind of stuff, it does a really good job of going over pretty much all of those aspects. It talks about advanced stats for both hitters and pitchers, metrics, things like that. So if you do like baseball and if you are interested, of course, I'm streaming this game every day. So feel free to swing by and say hello if that's something you're, you know, if you want to learn more that way. But if you want a more direct tutorial approach, I definitely recommend that playlist there. All right. Put around 1,500 hours between them. Yeah, once you get the game. Oh, absolutely. My first OTP was 14. And so I've been playing ever since then, and I've been hooked. Like I've played this game for more hours than any other game I think I've ever played. It's just so engrossing to be able to build your own team and to see it succeed, you know? But yeah. Let's take a look here. I was planning out my roster, that's right. And then right field, I could upgrade in right field. I could upgrade in right field. I could look to trade Marte. And even Ahmed is a place to upgrade. Yeah, it's pretty much all mental, honestly. It's pretty much all saying, okay, I have this, this, and this. What else do I need? So, which I think is cool. Here, I'm just finishing up my notepad here. Yeah, no, exactly. As far as multiplayer and competitive, is the PAX Perfect Team thing a gimmicky money grab, or do lots of people play it? I don't personally play it, but honestly, I think it's one of the better modes, that Ultimate Team style mode that is out there at the moment, because you earn a lot of coins just by playing the game. You can earn quite a bit just by playing through it. So it doesn't really feel like a money grab. It definitely kind of, obviously those modes can only not be a money grab so much, because, you know, paying for packs and getting better players and things like that. But it doesn't feel like a money grab mostly because you're matched with not just everybody in the world. Like, you're not just going to go ahead and play somebody who spent a bunch of money to get a 99 overall team. You are matched up in leagues against players that are around your skill level, in terms of team value. So you can spend money on it and get a really good roster, or you can just do it naturally, and you'll eventually get up to that higher rank and higher level. But you'll work your way up there a little bit more progressively. You'll never feel like you're being cheated out of the game, I think is a good way to put it. I do find, and let me ask you, other teams keep getting these amazing scouting discovery players, but I never get any of them. Do you ever get, like, superstar scouting discoveries? I definitely have in the past. I haven't yet in this game. I haven't really been paying attention to my scouting discoveries because I've been trying to keep this as a relatively short series, but I have definitely gotten superstars before in my scouting discoveries. Especially last year, I think last year was definitely the best year for scouting discoveries, and I think they've definitely toned it down this year. Internationals in general seem to be a lot weaker this year than they have been in previous years, but that's just my perception so far of the game. Let's see here. All right. Excellent. All right, so let's go ahead and move along here. we want to make sure. The reason I don't know. I wish Christian Robinson was better as a defender. Cubed. I've gotten very few stars that actually turn out through Discovery. I've gotten probably 10 or so or 5-star Discoveries, but I think only 1 or 2 made it to the majors. Yeah, I think that has more to do with development. Because I think a scouting Discovery obviously has... You're going to be less likely... A scouting Discovery 5-star player has just as good of a chance of getting to the majors and being a star as an international amateur would, at least in the game. Because once they're in that international complex on your team, they're no longer really considered different. They're considered like... They're treated the same in terms of development. And the reason that you don't see like scouting Discovery players turn out nearly as consistently as like draft players is you'll get scouting Discovery players come in at like 16, 17 years old, and they are obviously so much less developed that their talent change randomness is so much higher. They go through an extra potentially 2 years of development as opposed to someone you get in the draft. And in those 2 years, it could fluctuate so much. And that's why you'll see a lot of people, me kind of included, say that like college players coming out of the draft are always going to be at least a little bit more valuable in the short term because they have so much less of a talent change frequency. You kind of know what you're getting. If you see a player come out of college with 4 or 4.5 star potential, you can pretty reasonably believe that that guy's going to be a superstar. Whereas if you see that same player in the international amateurs, or if you get him as a scouting Discovery, it's going to be a lot more hit or miss because they have to go through so much more to develop that talent. Does that make... I don't know if that makes any sort of sense, what I'm saying, but that's kind of how I've felt about the game, so at least in the past. Yeah, so let's... Are we done with the regular season? Yes, we are. So playoffs begin today. My bad. I should have looked at... Oh, we had Nelson Cruz. Yeah, I totally forgot we had Nelson Cruz in AAA. He was pretty bad. But it is what it is. Let's look at the playoffs right now. So we have, let's take a look at the standings. Just like yesterday, I'm going to try to keep these at around 2.5 to 3 hours. And we're getting close to 3 hours now. So, OTB 18, 19, and 20 are like $2. Is anyone better than the other? Might screw around with one of these before I blow 40 bucks on 21. Honestly, absolutely. I would recommend just getting used to 18, 19, and 20. If you get used to those, you'll definitely be used to this game. As for which of those games is better, it's more of what you're looking for specifically in the game. I know they did a complete update of the 3D modeling and everything last year in 20. So if you're into playing the games, like actually, building your team and then watching and, calling the plays and making the substitutions and doing all that in the games, then I would recommend 20 because they did all the graphical and gameplay updates last year. But if something like that isn't that big of a deal to you, then all 3 of them really will be fine. The good thing about Out of the Park is, from what I've noticed, or at least in my opinion, every year it gets better. I wouldn't say that there's any older game that's better than OOTP 21, just like there wasn't any older game that's better than OOTP 20, because these games don't really get rid of features. The features that are in the game they stay in the game throughout the version. So if a feature is introduced in 18, it's going to be in 19 and in 20, along with whatever new features are going to be added. So I would recommend if 20 is the same price as 19, then get 20. If 19's cheaper, then that's fine. Get 19, right? Since it's $2. But if you're just going based off of which one of them is the best game, I would recommend 20. Just because of the gameplay updates. But, again, the Yankees didn't make the playoffs. I've been talking, and again, the Yankees, with Mookie Betts, don't make the playoffs. This is the 2nd year in a row. What is this universe that we're in? They signed Osuna, too, and they missed playoffs. What is going on? This is the weirdest game, man. And they have Brad Hand. This is the weirdest game that this team didn't make playoffs. What? Okay, maybe I can't complain. Maybe I can't complain that I went 68 and 94 because this team didn't make playoffs. Holy shit. As for who did, 90 win Rays, then 87 win Blue Jays. They finally made it. Vlad gets his chance in the playoffs here. The Twins with 94 wins win the division. The Angels with 93 and the Athletics with 86. The Astros actually fall off pretty hard. They don't seem to have lost a ton of players, but, you know, obviously everyone's time comes to an end in this game, so. Gosh, I can feel my stomach rumbling. I'm ready for lunch here soon, so. Well, I'll probably just go ahead and get through the rest of this playoffs, and then I'll probably hop off for the day. I've been trying to do about a year per day. I've been getting through a year per day and then ending after the World Series, so. I don't know if I've. How did my Royals look? Any studs on that team? I checked. They're 80 and 82, and honestly, they don't really look that great, but they're performing well. Kyle Muller is, I think, their best player, obviously. He's a two-way, it seems. I didn't know he was two-way. Yeah, he's a two-way, though. He's not really a hitter, but as a pitcher, he's had a pretty good year. He's had 2 back-to-back pretty good years. You guys got him in the Rule 5 from Atlanta, so let's check anybody else worthwhile. Yeah, no. Jesus Christ. Gigliotti had a 7-win season. So, yeah, you guys got yourself a potential superstar here in Gigliotti. Looks very similar to like a Kevin Kiermaier type player. I'm not sure if he'll be able to sustain that, but yeah, I mean, you guys have some pretty good hitters. And then as, you know, pitching's not great for you guys, but definitely not too bad. I'll always cheer for the Royals when I can. Outside of that, in the National League, Atlanta wins 99. New York wins 87 to make a wild card. Chicago wins 86 to win the division, and then the Dodgers go 114 and 48. And the Padres win 102 games as well. Wow, we were in a really tough. We were in a division with 2 100-win teams. Yeah, I know. That's ridiculous development. It's really good. Jeez, man. I didn't realize we were in the division with 2 100-win teams. That is pretty unbelievable. So I guess the 68 kind of... It's not the worst, but God, I just wish we were better. What did our Pythag end up being at the end of the year? See if it changed. I think it's in history, right? Yeah, we were still -6. Oh, yeah, we knew we were -6. I checked that after. Duh. I'm losing my mind. All right, but let's check out playoffs. Oakland and Toronto, and then the Mets and the Padres. The 100-win Padres have to play in the wild card game. Kind of troll, but what if they lost? I was kind of hoping they'd lose. It'd be very funny. All right, but Toronto and San Diego move on. It's going to be the Twins and the Blue Jays, the Rays and the Angels in the American League, and then the Dodgers and the Padres and the Cubs and the Braves in the National League. Let's get through these series. Any sweeps going to happen? No sweeps. But the Blue Jays take care of the Twins in 5. The Angels take care of the Rays in 5. Padres take care of the Dodgers in 5. That's fun to see. And then the Cubs and the Braves... Oh, sorry, in 4. And the Cubs and the Braves are going to 5. And the Cubs are able to take out Atlanta. So our league championship series is the Blue Jays and the Angels, and then the Padres and the Cubs. So in some circumstance, we're going to get a decently entertaining World Series. Because the Blue Jays and the Angels are going to be in it. And that's not the Yankees, and this is not the Dodgers. So that's excellent. I can cheer for that. Let's see. All right, Angels go up 2-0. Angels looking for the sweep. They do not get it. Ketel Marte got hurt? Doing what? What did he do? Kitchen mishap. Diamondbacks second baseman Ketel Marte required medical attention yesterday after severely burning himself while preparing dinner at home. Marte apparently burned the palm of his right hand on a stove. The injury will reportedly keep Marte out of action from anywhere up to from 5 days up to a week. Wow, that is incredible. What a moron. Don't cook, Ketel. Get the team staff to cook for you. You're no longer allowed to cook for yourself. Are the Padres really going to be in the World Series? The Angels are, that's for sure. I know, right? Pretending MLB players cook for themselves. Definitely the most unrealistic part of the game. Oh, man. So the 2021 the 2022 World Series. Do I put these on YouTube or only Twitch? I'm going to put them on YouTube probably after I finish the series. So probably in 2 days once I finish up with the Diamondbacks. They'll be going up on my YouTube channel. It's the same as my Twitch here, SuperKmanrocks. The VODs will just pretty much be directly downloaded and put up on YouTube. I might cut out any parts that aren't really talking about the game. Like when we were talking about which OTP to buy, or when I was giving recommendations on the where to go learn. I might cut those parts out, but yeah, I'm planning on taking the VOD and putting it directly up onto YouTube once this is done. But a very interesting World Series here. We've got the Los Angeles Angels and the San Diego Padres in the 2022 World Series. So I guess I can't feel too bad for going 1-12 in my last 13 games against the Padres. Otani and Mackenzie Gore, game 1. In San Diego, it goes to San Diego. Inciarte suffers a setback. I don't really give a shit right now. Game 2 in San Diego, Waka versus Davies. The Padres go up 2-0. Game 3 in LA, Robbie Ray versus Chris Paddock. LA cannot. San Diego extends to 3-0. Are they going to sweep them? They cannot sweep them, but Game 5 is today. The Angels are coming back. Angels in Game 6. The Padres win it, and your 2022 World Series winners are the San Diego Padres of all teams. So back-to-back World Series going to NL West teams. Last year, obviously, going to the Dodgers. And then this year, it goes to the Padres with Fernando Tatis Jr. winning World Series MVP at only 23 years old. I still hate that, but it's fine. It is what it is. He's coming off of a 6.64 season. Jesus Christ. Yeah, good for them. Good for San Diego. Is that their first title? I don't know. Did they ever win a title in the 70s when they were good? Well, I never remember. Like, that's like the one period of baseball history that I'm bad with is like the 70s and like everything from the 50s to like the 80s. I'm just not good with baseball history. Meet the team. It shows it, right? Where does it show it? Do I have to go to history? No, they didn't. This is their first World Series. Excellent. Well, that's good to hear, man. It's good to hear that you're enjoying my stuff. Yeah, I've been trying to stream this every day for about 3 hours a day. I don't really want to go too much longer than that just because I still have work to do and, you know, but with everybody quarantined, figured I'd just throw out some out-of-the-park baseball content. So, yeah, I'm glad to hear it for the follow. But I think that's going to be it for today's stream, guys. Interesting to see the Padres win their first ever World Series. That's always fun. They were first in runs against. They had the best pitching staff in baseball, which is not what that's not where I think the Padres are going to be going in real life, but we'll see. Again, if you guys enjoyed, hit that follow because I'll be back on tomorrow so you can get that notification for when I'm live. Catch the, hopefully closing in on the end of this run here, the end of this Diamondbacks run. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your, what the hell day is it today? Sunday. I couldn't remember. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.